What's good? What's good? I'm back. One and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. And I don't know why my camera is moving like that. What's going on? My camera's looking crazy right now. I don't know why it's moving like that. Let me pull my. All right, we're gonna have to do. I don't know what's going on. It's like my camera is moving. Let's see if we can. I don't know what is going on. That's crazy. What's up with my camera? It's like totally like it's totally jumping. 1 second, 1 second. We gotta try something. I think we might have it fixed. I just gotta change my background. What is going on here? Why is it looking so small? I don't know what's going on my camera tonight. All right, there we go. There we go. That's crazy. My camera is literally just jumping around. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Sorry about the little issues at first. Who we got so far? We got Gormley MMA Knockout Radio. Appreciate you as always. Why does it say mention me? Because that's just what a lot of people do when they go live. They put mention me. Felon Phelps, appreciate you. Six Site Co, appreciate you. Let's give our guests a couple minutes to come on. That's crazy. What's up with my camera doing that? I know it's fight week this week. And you got Kai Stewart versus Nico Gaffey. Going to be an interesting one. Seems like fight week is every week on the planet nowadays. It's like every single week is a fight week. All right, we got our guest. And she is a boxer and a bare knuckle fighter in the BKFC, which she's undefeated. But I heard she's going to be trying out this new total boxing league, which I checked out the website and it definitely looks interesting. Let's bring on the one and only Bareknuckle Brooke Evans.
Hello.
Brooke, how you doing?
Good. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, this is your second time on here. You're a return guest. I think somebody's been on here like 3 times and that's it. So
yeah, the first time I was on, I think it was right before my BKFC debut, like not long before that.
What kind of dog is that in the back? I'm a big dog lover. That was a pit?
It's a pit husky mix. Come here, Brody. Come here, Brody.
Oh,
Brody.
man.
I'll let you see him. He'll come here. Come here. Look. Can you see him? Brody.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Oh, you can barely see. Anyway, he's on I post him all the time. He's like got pictures with me.
I can see the husky. I can see the husky in him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one blue eye and one brown eye. Okay, lay down now. Okay. No, he's not gonna leave me alone. Good boy. But anyway, he's my buddy.
So you're supposed to be doing this new total boxing league? Is that correct?
Yeah. It actually, it starts next week. My first fight for them is gonna be the 27th, so Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday. So I mean, what is it? I looked at it. It looks like it has teams with mascots or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like a team concept, and now like I've never done it before, right? So I don't know. I'll explain it to you the best I can. You know what I mean? For what I know, but So there's like 3 different rounds. There's like the launch rounds, which is so many people off of the team. So it's like you have 2 different teams. My team is going to be going against a different team, right? And we
Mm.
match up according to weight classes, obviously, like the men and women or whatever. And I know, for example, there's 2 women on my team for the 126. You're allowed 4 pounds, so 126 to 130. It's me and Jenny Savage that are actually on the team together, which is pretty
Okay.
cool. I know, I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited because she's done a lot of BKFC, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
But so she's my teammate. But anyway, so her and I will go against the other team. They're 126 girls. And say if I win, you get a point. I think if you get a
Yeah.
stoppage or a TKO, you get more, whatever, maybe 2 points or something like that. Then there's a 118 girl and a 140 female. And then the rest are going to be men. And I want to say there's quite a bit of weight classes for the guys. So it
There's
might be like,
always
let's say
like,
18
yeah.
people rounder, 18 people probably, something like that.
So okay, let me see if I got this right. So you got this one team over here and this other team over here, and y'all are going against each other on one fight card, correct?
Yep.
And there's a point system where each fighter wins, that puts a point for that team. Now, what does the team win at the end though?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I guess just because we all get paid, no matter what.
Yeah,
So, oh, okay. No, I do know. This is what happens. So you want to almost like sports, like you want to have a better season because the better your season is, the more wins and stuff you have, then you have a better seed like in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because then there's like the playoffs part, and then
yeah.
you go into the finals. You make it through that and go to the finals, then you get money, more money and stuff like that. So
And maybe
that's, I
a
guess,
trophy or something too, like a team trophy maybe?
yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I know it's an interesting concept. Um, we all fight 1 3-minute round. Okay, oh, I'll tell you this too. So sometimes you can fight 2 3-minute rounds. Like you may fight in the launch rounds or in the middle rounds, and they may use you again in the money rounds towards the end. But usually ahead of time if that's going to be the case. Like we already got our kind of roster for our first fight to know what it looks like. And but 90 or 85% of us are only fighting 1 round, but you might get to fight 2. And it might be against the same person that you fought at the first round, or it could be somebody different, I think.
So you got to try to beat your opponent based off of one round.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you get one 3-minute round.
Is that makes it tough, don't it?
Oh, I know. I don't, yeah. I mean, I obviously haven't done it yet, but I've been sparring and trying to just do 1 round, like in my mind, pretend I got this round, and then I'll go all out and then I'll take a break or 2 and then do another one. And the first couple times I did it, I was like, man, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
Because I was like so uptight and I was like, my nervous system was like on 100 because I'm like, I have 3 minutes. Like I have to. And as I like kept practicing it though, I got a better rhythm with it.
It just seems like you can't waste too much time when it's just one. Even though a 3-minute round, it might seem like it could go on for a little while because it's a minute longer than the bare knuckle.
Yeah.
But you can't just dance around the whole match. I mean, somebody's gonna have to do something and to win the round, to basically
Yeah, that's
win
the
the
thing.
whole that
Like,
fight.
yeah, it's like you want to be first and you want to be the
Yeah,
aggressor, but you want to be smart about it too, because that's
yeah,
another thing. Like the level of females that are doing this, for example, it's all over the place, really. Some of them have huge amateur backgrounds.
yeah.
There's been really successful pros that have done it throughout. I think Manny Pacquiao just signed with them, actually. I just saw that. But
Wow.
so there's been like high level pros that have done it as well. So that being said, I just can't go at them like a bull in a china shop. They'll just turn me and do whatever. So I have to be smart about like my attacks and stuff like that, and still use my IQ, but just in a much faster pace. And I do. I love to like go back out and keep going round after round so that I can start to capitalize on certain weaknesses of my opponent or certain holes that I'm seeing or a rhythm that I'm getting. So I love that. So that part will be hard, but I'll try to do my best.
So this is this a local fight promotion or it's not a local fight promotion?
It's all over. They do like Philadelphia, Philly, they have a really good team. Let's see. I'm in Nashville. There's Boston, there's Florida, Miami, Florida. There and these are all teams that we fight. Our first one's in Atlanta. So it's all over the place.
So I'm guessing partially why you're doing this is because you want a fight like soon, and bare knuckle probably. I mean, it's got to be hard for the women in bare knuckles. Sometimes I see fight cards. There's no women on the bare knuckle fight card.
Yeah, and
You
so
got
what
two
happened?
on a fight card that's coming up. You know.
Oh, no, I saw
Go
that
ahead.
on what is that, Mohegan Sun or whatever, or which one?
I think
Yeah,
s-
I think it
it's
is
either
Mohegan.
that one or the Denver card. One of those two.
I think it's a Mohegan Sun because I think that's Dagner and Baloo, and then the two chicks that you just posted today. I can't even think
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that one. I know I saw that. I was like, well, that's cool that there's two female. But so really the reason I think so I did it for experience, and I mean the pay is pretty good with the team boxing league.
Okay.
I mean the pay with BKFC is too as well, but it's just a little different because it's like more consistent for the next. I have 8 fights. Again, it's only like the one round, but there's going to be 8, right? And
Yeah.
I spoke with BKFC and all that, of course, before I did it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. That's no problem at all to do that for a couple months because the season's over pretty much in July." Um,
Okay.
and so after that first fight I had to get surgery on my hand and stuff, and I had pins sticking out of my pinky and all that. So it makes more sense, like I think, for me to come back to do this, get this experience. They probably weren't going to match me up necessarily super soon, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like I had enough time to do it, and they said it was fine, that they would just match me up when I get done. And to be honest, it's going to only make me a better asset for BKFC because I'm just going to gain that much more experience. And fingers crossed, if it all goes well, um, you know what I mean? Build more followers and all that kind of stuff.
Speaking of the followers, I'm glad you said that because one thing I was thinking about earlier is it's got to be tough to actually have to be like a content creator as well as a fighter, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was hard for me to get used to because prior to me coming back to boxing a few years ago, I didn't even have Instagram. So if you were to
Yeah.
look on my Instagram and you scroll all the way down, it's literally like what, maybe 3 years old. Yeah,
Okay.
3, 4 years old. So and my Facebook, I had shut down for a long time, and then like, so I wasn't a big social media person, is the point I'm making, like at all.
Yeah.
And then when I got back into boxing, after I had my amateurs and I knew I was going to turn pro, I knew that I had to promote myself better to help with sponsorship and all that. And when I got to Instagram, I realized like how it all kind of works, you know. And I'm like, man, it's a lot because you got to try to build your followers and all that stuff. So yeah, it is kind of hard. It was hard, I guess, to get used to, but I'm getting better at it. At least try to put in a little effort.
No, it's extremely tough. I mean, I almost look at it like the music business because, you know, everything's based off of how many tickets you can sell. Just like a musician, if you book a musician for a show, how many tickets can you sell? How many followers you got on Instagram? Okay, your Instagram's popping. Well, what about your YouTube or what about your TikTok? Or it's like one platform's never enough, you know?
I
It's
know.
like the most of the big money fights are based off of how famous a guy or gal is, and not necessarily are they the best fighter.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of it does with the followers. I mean, like I don't have a large following at all, not compared to some other people, you know.
Yeah,
Know that there's things out there that can help your following and stuff like that. But it does matter a lot, and that part is kind of hard to navigate, which I'm just kind of learning that now, you know.
yeah,
Um, but that's why I'm glad that with my, and this is the truth too. So because of what you're talking about right now with the like your followers and your presence that you have on social media or as like an influencer, like obviously I was very new, right? Like I told you, I didn't even have Instagram that long. So I'm so glad that I made such a big impression with my BKFC debut. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So then at least I can show that I'm valuable in that way. Like that I can fight, I'll put on a show, I'll go the distance. It went I'm really grateful honestly that my opponent was so tough. Like her and I were both very tough and we were both very durable. So it went the distance. We got fight of the night. I won. So I'm grateful for that because I feel like that makes me more valuable a little bit. You know what I mean?
Y'all got fight of
If
the
I would have
night?
gone out there and done terrible, like, oh, I would have, you know what I mean? Because I don't really bring, I guess, like, I don't bring the social media following and stuff like
Yeah.
that to the table right now.
I didn't realize y'all got fight of the night.
Yeah, we did.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I've always said that the women usually stand a really good chance of getting fight of the night because the guys are always trying to knock each other out so quick, and a lot of the guys do knock each other out so quick that they can't get fight of the night. They can only get knockout of the night
Yeah,
for
because
the
it
most
doesn't even
part.
go very long.
Yeah, and knockouts are great, man. They're cool, but I really do like those fights where they go the distance and like a fighter might be getting their ass whooped like for 2 or 3 rounds and they actually come back and win.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, those fights are the ones that really have me like, "Oh yeah, this is a great fight right here. This dude
Oh,
just
I
got his
know.
ass whooped for 2 or 3 rounds." Like the Reaver and Derek Perez fight was one of my favorites of all time in BKFC because my guy Reaver was just getting his ass whooped. It looked, even when I watched it back after knowing the results, it still felt like he was gonna lose that fight.
Yeah, and then to see somebody come back and dig
Yeah,
deep like that and have that grit and
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that too. And then you just get all hyped and you're like, yeah, get you like on the edge of your seat and stuff. I agree.
and
I like
and
kind of
as a
fights too.
fighter, I would think it would build your confidence up tremendously when you win a fight like that.
Oh, yeah. Let you know that you can take it, you know, that you can
Yeah,
take that and that you can push through. That's the thing with fighting. It's like I mean, even when I had the bare knuckle debut, like I didn't know what it was going to be like, right? I'd been in some street fights and stuff, but nothing like that. So just the fact, like once I made it through the first round and I sit down, I'm like, okay, I got it. I got what it takes, you know? So I can only imagine if you had a fight where you were like down and you're all just a mess and bloody and this and that, and you come back and win from that, it probably
yeah.
gives you like that confidence, you know, to know that you can take that damage.
So how much do you know about your opponents going into this total boxing matches?
You get to see you see who they let's see. I've known for a couple my son's playing on his video game and he's like yelling back there. But anyway, it's so ridiculous. I've known for let's see, I fight in a week, probably like I guess you know about 2 weeks before, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before they'll give you the person's name. So like I know who my opponent's gonna be or who I'm matched up with. So her name's Kylie Knight, I think. She's had one pro
Okay.
fight, but it looks like she has a decent amateur career, you know. Has been to like nationals and stuff. She looks good. She looks like she's definitely like that boxer that likes to move, you know, and light on her feet and stuff.
So,
So
I mean, normally I'm like, "Yo, what do you expect this to go 3, 5 rounds?" I mean, it's
I know,
crazy,
right?
like, to know what to expect off of a I've never heard nothing like this, a one-round fight, you know, but it's a team thing. It's definitely something new.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I won't necessarily be able to sit down in between rounds and make adjustments and all that, but I can
Yeah,
make adjustments on the fly while I'm in there. Another thing that I'm excited about is like think of how many different looks I'll get. Even though I only get one round with them, maybe two, that's a lot of different girls at a lot of different levels over a short period of time, you know?
yeah,
So hopefully, like I said, it's just going to get me that much more ring experience, really.
and I would think it being that it's 1 round, I would think it could translate over to bare knuckle, especially if it like, say you're in a fight and you get knocked down first, and you gotta try to, start putting pressure on somebody. I think it would give you some experience because 'cause you're gonna have to put pressure on somebody every single round
Mhm.
with this every single round. You can't just like win around and decide, hey, I'm a just duck and dodge and not get hit and just stay up on the points. It's definitely gonna help you, I think.
No, I agree with what you just said 100% because I have to be first, I have to be aggressive. I had to be all this stuff, right? And like I don't have a lot of time to do it. So it's going to make me really efficient at quickly being able to close a
Yeah.
distance, quickly being able to establish my dominance in the ring, right? So yeah, that's going to transfer, I think, amazing into bare knuckle, especially now that I've done bare knuckle. Um, if you can get that person on their back foot and you get that person more intimidated by your power, your speed, your punches, and all that, you're in a safer place, right? Because now you're kind of calling the shots. So having that intensity and that aggression and being able to kind of fine tune it with all these little fights when I come back to bare knuckle, it's going to be, like I said, I think I'll be even more efficient.
And I was trying to what you're flyweight in bare knuckle, right?
Yeah, 125. So that last fight, she couldn't make the weight down, so we ended up readjusting the weight. But I fight at 125.
What did y'all have to fight that one at?
I think it was like 130. I ended up it was like 130 or something, 131, I think.
So flyweight, that's Christine Faria's division.
Yeah, and
That's a
Vicens.
pretty good division right there.
I know it's like there's them two top dogs,
But I like Vicens. I really do.
Yeah, she's tough, man.
I feel like,
Good
be honest with you,
mother.
I feel like Vicens. I think Vicens should be ranked over Jad Masan Wong, in my opinion.
Is she not?
Like Vicens. No, not well. And this could be old. BKFC could be old with the rankings and slow with it, but she should be, in my opinion.
I feel like Jade, isn't she a weight class above, or isn't she a little bit heavier than 125? Or maybe not. I don't know. Actually, I think she did fight at 125 a couple different times. She just fought Pittman though at a they were larger weight. I think like 132 or something.
Yeah, there's no telling. I know that was they fought way back in the days, and that's the only thing with the females. Like,
They just
it
fought.
doesn't.
Her and Pittman just fought like
Yeah, yeah.
not that long ago.
Do you need like do they need more women to get into bare knuckle? You think?
Yeah, I mean maybe. I know that. Let's see. The Mohegan Sun card we're just talking about, the two female fights, all four of those girls are all debuts. So that's a
Yeah.
good sign. Two of them are in my weight class, the 125, which is the Baloo and Taylor Dagner. They're both fighting at the 125, both their debuts. I mean, so yeah, it'd be awesome to have like some more debuts, some more girls at my weight that have had one, maybe two fights. I feel like the 115 division kind of has that, but it'd be nice to see that instead of it's like I feel like there's a gap, such a gap, and it takes a while to get comfortable in there. And like to me, like me only having one bare knuckle fight, right, and then going for one or two bare knuckle fights, and then trying to go for some title or go against some ranked girl like Vicens or Ferreira, who's had what? How many bare knuckle fights? Like a whole
A
lot.
lot. Yeah.
Whole lot. That's like a big gap, So it'd be nice to have more girls that are kind of all starting off also or more at the beginning so that we can kind of get that experience in there, build ourselves up a little bit. That way we can be more prepared to take them on,
Yeah.
Does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like that's kind of how that would work.
And no disrespect to none of the women in the weight class, but do you feel like everybody needs Christine Faria to kind of like age out here soon?
Like,
I,
I don't know.
I
I guess
mean,
somebody needs to. Well, I wonder if her and Vicens are going to fight again.
I love Christine, but I don't think it'll matter.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I just don't see nobody beating Christine Faria anytime soon. I
Yeah.
mean, when I seen Vicens couldn't do it, and then Borga with the knockout power, and you see how that went. I just don't. Who's left
Well,
really?
I know the thing with Borga because I watched that fight with Borga and Borga was doing really well. I mean, she
Yeah,
was boxing her great, and it was shutting Christine down just a little bit, you know. She dropped her the one time, right?
she did. She did.
And man, and Borga, I think, just made a mistake, you know. Which with someone like Christine, if you make a mistake, she's going to capitalize, and it can be really bad, you know. And it was, but I do think that, but again, that was different too because Christine went up in weight a little bit, so that could have been why she was fighting a little differently too. So I don't know. I just think that for as long as she wants to just stay there and be at the top until somebody can come and beat her, she's probably just gonna stay there, you know. I mean, if I was her, I would too.
She's 43, but my interview I did with Parker Porter, like when you go into the championships in BKFC, like 5 of them are over 40. And I'm talking about like mid 40s to high 40s. You got a couple that's like 48, you know.
That are
Just
champions in the BKFC. Is that what you said?
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes me happy because I'm 38. I'm about to be 39. So that makes me feel like I got a couple years, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of fighters that are in their 30s still got plenty of time. I mean, if you got Arlovsky is like, let's see, he's 47, rounding 50. Christine's 43. Um, Alexio Sakara's 40, what, 4? I mean, all these people are my age. I'm 46, 43, Lorenzo Hunt. I mean, Redneck Mandell's like 30 something, but Dustin Page's 38. You might as well say he's 40. You
Yeah,
know,
well, that's my age. I'm 38.
John Dotson, I think he's 40 something, even though he ain't defended the belt in a while. Kai Stewart is like the only young one in Justin Ibarola, really. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of young champions in this sport. There's even like uh Britt Hart, she's what, 36?
yeah, she's awesome. I love Breton. She's been at it for a long time too, with a lot of fights and a lot of experience. You know.
And the only
Oh,
person
wow.
that she couldn't beat was Christine Faria.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the only
and
person
now
she
and now
couldn't beat.
Britain is at the 115 now, so I don't see her coming up to 125 for any reason. You know, um, I wouldn't think so. Like I said, the
I
fight I
just
would like to see at 125, I think for I would like to see Vicens get another chance with Christine.
I mean, they got that Rosalina Rodriguez chick. She's like 4-0, I want to say. She's
Oh,
about to be fighting here soon. Or
she's fighting my
3-0.
friend. She's fighting Shelby Cannon, who I just got some training and stuff with. They're fighting this next weekend coming up. But they're fighting at 115. So she's a smaller girl too.
Yeah.
Their 115 is like stacked. Yeah, or like I'd say there's just a lot to choose from. I feel like at 115, the 125, not so much. I don't know if it's because nobody wants to be at 125 because Christine. So everybody's like, we're just gonna stay small. I don't know.
I mean, sometimes that makes sense, I think, for fighters. I mean, if you're in a division where nobody can beat who's at the top, man, I mean, it might make sense to just try another weight division, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'd ever be able to make 115, so that won't ever be me. I don't think I could. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see, but because that's another thing for this league. I have to stay, like I told you, fight at 126, but you're given 4 pounds. So I got to at least be 130.0. So I'm going to have to keep my weight really low for the next couple months. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe I would be able to fight even lower than 125, but um, more recently, 125 seems to be about the lowest I can get.
So, what's your ultimate goal in like combat sports right now?
Um, My ultimate goal is just to keep taking each opportunity like one thing at a time. Does that make sense? Like, I
Yeah.
just want to gain as much experience. I want to take advantage of all the cool opportunities that I'll get, right? or that I have and just continue and put my all into each one. Same with BKFC. It's like, okay, so like this year, I'm really hoping that as soon as I finish the league around July or whatever, I'll already basically be in fight shape. Give me a 4-week camp, that's plenty, right? I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't even maybe need that. So I could take even a short notice fight, whatever. But I really want to have another BKFC fight not long after this league's over. Um, and then just take it, one fight at a time and just keep gaining that experience and putting on a good show and basically like proving myself, if that makes sense. Like I just want to prove myself each fight and show that I deserve to be there and that I'm fun to watch and that I'm valuable for their promotion.
So, bare knuckle guys are rare, like, on this earth, but do you think, like, the women are even more rare that like, fight bare knuckle?
Yeah, probably takes a special kind of person for sure. Well, that's why you see like I don't know, you watch some of the women who went in there and had their debut, right? Their BKFC debut, and maybe they get hit once or twice, a couple times, and they just fall down to the ground, right? And they're
Yeah,
done. And don't ever really come back. Um, I think you kind of either got it or you don't. But it definitely takes a different mentality, 100%, because it doesn't feel good. It hurts really, really bad. even even with your adrenaline going and all that, it hurts for real. So you gotta like kind of get rid of that. And then, the odds of getting kind of a different injury each round are very high. I mean, I felt like each time
yeah.
I sat down, there was something else going on with me. Whether my hand was killing me, I had a cut on my eye, huge knot, just whatever, right? So it's like you have to convince yourself like that you're going to be okay. Even though everything in your body's like in survival mode, you know? But you have to quiet that and be like, no, like it's going to be okay. I got this kind of thing. So yeah, I'm sure it takes a different kind of mentality.
So, have you been paying attention to this, Ronda Rousey versus, Gina Carano, fight?
Yeah, I've seen, yeah, I've been like kind of following it a little bit. I do
What's
know
your
like,
opinion of, like, the OnlyFans comments she made of, like, the fighter? Because I know a lot of female fighters got the
who, I
OnlyFans.
didn't know about that. Who made that comment?
Ronda Rousey called out, like, one of the I forgot who it was she called him out, but she was saying that's why she gotta sell, pictures of her tits on OnlyFans because the pay wasn't that good in UFC.
Oh, I didn't see that. Huh.
What's your opinion on the fighters doing OnlyFans, though?
Well, I guess to each their own. Like I honestly, when it comes to whatever other people want to do, that's like their thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I would never judge. I would never, I don't necessarily like have an opinion on like anybody else's choices with that. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah,
And I know too, like OnlyFans, they do huge sponsorships for different guys, girls, whatever. And sometimes the
yeah, yeah,
sponsorships even have to do with like, you know what I mean, the sexual type content or whatever and stuff
yeah,
like that. So yeah, so I think however someone choose like if OnlyFans wanted to sponsor me and all I have to do is, you know, create a page type thing and it's literally just like behind the scenes working out and stuff, then like that's cool. And that's just saying for me personally or whatever. But for others, however they choose to use it, I think it's up to them. And the only way I feel about like the way I feel about it personally, like for myself, just
uh-huh,
comes from my past and
yeah.
things that I've gone through with like drugs and the self-worth and things that I've had to go through. Like um, it gives me, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't necessarily trigger me, but it like makes me feel some type of way that I felt a long time ago. And I don't ever want to have to feel that way again. Right. But not
Yeah.
everybody has that experience. So that's why if somebody can do it and they make money and it works for them, then great. It's nothing that I would ever do though. But like I
I
said, that's
like
from emotional reasons.
I'm very pro fighter, and one thing I notice about these fight promotions is they don't really pay living wages. So, unless you're Mike Perry, you're getting a $400,000 purse on a fight, yeah, that can pay your bills for pretty good time. You gotta have other forms of income.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like for me, like I work as a case manager at a rehab center.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I had got my degree like a few years back as a social worker and stuff. So I work there. And that's another thing, like with having this platform and stuff, I would like to eventually start some sort of nonprofit or something like that. So I'm gonna try to be smart with it and have other kind of career things that I can branch off of to set myself up, you know?
yeah.
Because you kind of have to do that, I think. Well, I mean, I know, yeah, you definitely have to.
And I mean, after interviewing as many fighters I've had, I've just gained so much respect for fighters. Even if, I know there's levels to this, even in the fight game. I don't care if it's a guy that's 0 and 20 something. I mean, they get in there every time. They train like crazy. They gotta sacrifice. Like I interviewed Donald Sanchez, said he gotta sacrifice sales from his business just to bare knuckle fight. And it's like that's dedication to something that you love, because most
Yeah,
people ain't trying to sacrifice the money for things like that.
that's the
So
thing with fighting. It takes a lot of dedication. It really does. Like a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline, a lot of going to the gym and working out and doing things that you don't necessarily feel like doing, but you have to. But I think it all makes me a better person having that. So I really like I'm grateful that I have this kind of outlet. And it's nice that I even get paid, what I get paid. Um, Never in a million years when I started off, because I've only been back to fighting for maybe 5 years, I guess. I've been back at it
mhm.
after that long, long break off. And it's like when I first started back and I had my amateur fights, I never in a million years thought I would be getting paid to fight. Like I can remember I was like, I had a goal. I just wanted to have an amateur fight again. And then I was like, well, I just want to have a pro debut. And then here I am, like I got to be on TV with BKFC and all that. And now I'm getting paid to do this team boxing league. So yeah, I count my blessings with that stuff. That's for sure. And like I said, it might not pay. It's not enough necessarily to like pay all the bills and stuff, but it's nice that it's like something I can do as a hobby and still you do get paid a little something for it.
And I will give BKFC credit as far as they promote the hell out of the fighters for their fights. They put a lot of eyeballs on them. Especially that last Knuckle Mania. They said over 2 million viewers, 18,000 tickets sold. I mean, no disrespect to the WNBA, but they're not even selling that out unless they got Caitlin Clark playing. So,
Yeah.
that's a lot of eyeballs to
Oh, it's awesome. That's why
watch
when I
an
got
event.
yes, when I got signed with BKFC, I was like, "Oh man, this is where it's at." And that's where my heart's at. That's where I feel like I can do something kind of big. Um this team boxing league is just it's a pretty good opportunity, just gain more experience and then um good financial and stuff.
And where are they able to watch the matches and the fights for this team boxing league?
I just asked the coach not that long ago, and he was supposed to get back with me because of which I'll post about it and everything. But
Okay.
there should be like an app. Like I think there's an app that you can get similar to like BKFC. You can get the
These
app and you
app,
can watch.
yeah.
I feel like there's something similar to the team boxing league. I do know though that like after the fights, like you can get on YouTube right now, look up team boxing league,
Okay.
certain fighters, whatever, and it'll all be on YouTube for free after the fight. But if you want to watch it
Okay.
live, you have to watch it on the streaming app. I just
Okay.
don't know what it's right now.
And you said not this Friday, but next Friday is your first one.
Yeah, so I'll leave to head for Nashville Tuesday night.
That's where it's at, Nashville,
So
Tennessee,
we
as they
all
call it.
yeah, so we all meet in Nashville, the whole team, and then we're gonna go to Atlanta together. And our weigh-ins will be Thursday night, and we'll arrive in Atlanta Wednesday.
I know you talked last time we interviewed, you talked about the past with addictions. I could have sworn I saw a post where you had like a dozen mugshots on there.
Yeah, that was me.
I was like, damn, she got a lot of mugshots.
That was me. Yeah, I couldn't. Most of them like are the probation violation because I had a felony.
Yeah, okay.
And I was on felony diversion for a while, which was all drug related stuff. And then they took my diversion away, and then I was on probation, and then that's what most of them are from the probation violations. My initial charge. Then there's some too, like I was Casey lawed, which would get me arrested all the time. In Kentucky, you can Casey law, so like your family can basically say that this person is like a harm to themselves with the drugs and everything, and the judge will tell you like you have to go to treatment, like you have to go to rehab, right?
Oh,
And if
shit.
you don't go to
Damn.
rehab or you take off, like I would run. I was a runner, so I would go to these
Yeah.
rehabs and I would run and I would take off. Then the cops would pick me up, and then I would go. And oh my god, I got arrested for that a lot. So it's that probation violations, that felony charge. But yeah, I've been to jail a lot, like a whole lot.
I
And
spent
rehab.
one night in jail. I spent one night in jail in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it was the most degrading thing I ever went through.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? It's like you see,
Yeah,
you realize the thing about being in jail, you really got no rights. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you really feel like you're nothing. You know, you really do because you have no freedom. I mean, it's crazy. It's yeah. I was
I
in
gotta
the longest I've been in there was I was in there for almost a year.
damn.
Yeah, I know. And it was county. The thing is, when you're in prison, people don't even realize this really, but so serving your time in a county jail is actually worse than going to prison. Like prison usually
I've
means
heard that.
longer.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like if you're in prison, you're gonna be there longer, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. But you get a lot more freedoms. You can like I know they had like a dog grooming school in prison at this one prison where you could like mess with dogs and groom dogs. You can like freedom to kind of walk in and out. You can go outside. They have cell phone. There's there's a lot more freedom, which I'm not taking anything away from it because you're in there for a long time, but county
Yeah.
jail sucks. It's like I think I got to go outside. I don't even know. Maybe once I got out of general population, I was in this one pod area. God, we only went outside like maybe 5 times in like 9 months.
When I got locked up, I had a guard basically watching me take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Literally throws me in a cell, 1 bunk, 1 toilet, 3 heads.
Yeah.
2 sleeping on the floor, 1 sleeping on the bunk, and 1 toilet, and it's like wide open. It's like this is so degrading.
Yes. Isn't that
This
crazy?
is this is so degrading.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get no sleep. I was up all night.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Unless you've been there and experienced it, yeah, it's a whole nother world. And it really, you want to talk about learning how to get mentally, I guess, mentally strong. I don't know, mentally
It's
resilient. That's
yeah.
the word, probably. Just trying to learn
And
to make the best of it.
and what's crazy is some people are actually more comfortable inside than they are on the outside.
I think that comes from maybe not so much like the amenities, right? Like, because I mean, who wouldn't want to sleep on a mattress instead of that little pad that they give you, right? Or who wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be able to take a hot shower instead of pressing a button? Did you even take a shower where you had to press that damn button?
Yeah,
You have to press
yeah.
the button like
I
every
kept
5
pressing it.
seconds.
I kept pressing it. I kept pressing it. Kept pressing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so the thing is, like, who wouldn't want to be home and be able to? So I think when people say that they're like more comfortable in jail, they're talking about like the responsibilities of real life. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because you get institutionalized and you're so used to being in jail, you get your food given to you. You don't have to worry about the outside world. You're not worried about paying bills. You're
Yeah.
staying sober, whether you're using drugs in jail or not. Or you know what I mean? It's like you don't have to worry about that in there like you do when you're out. When you're out, it's like, shit, I got to get my own cell phone. I got to get my own place. I have to get a job. I have to, you have to rebuild your life. And that shit is overwhelming. So some people have been in jail so much that they're just more comfortable and feel safer there.
That
Like if
makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Cause it's almost like easier than when they get out and just mess up and a lot of times I think that's what happens. People get or they're in there and they get let out to nothing. to absolutely
Yeah.
nothing. No home to go to, no nothing, no. And it's like, so what do they go back to? What they know, selling drugs, using drugs. It's like they go back to what's most comfortable. So really,
And it's
there should
probably a
be a
little bit of
better.
that, what military people get. What is it? PTSD or whatever?
Yeah. Oh
Because you
yeah,
never
for
know what
sure.
happens to somebody in prison. Like somebody can go in prison, not really a bad person, and something can happen to them, where
Oh,
like they end up killing
100%.
somebody and then they stay in prison even longer. And, you never know.
Yeah, 100%. All kinds of crazy shit for sure. But
Well,
I
before
think
we,
it'd be cool if they had better stuff for when people get out, like that set them up for stuff better. You know what I mean?
unless you're a cold blooded murderer, if you kill somebody in cold blood, I don't think
Oh
it's
no,
like
yeah,
the person you killed don't get a second chance ever again. That's
no,
done and over with. So like, figure it out, dude. You lucky to be
yeah.
out.
Oh, 100%. Which those people I feel like usually get life sentences. I've seen people get what,
Yeah.
like multiple life sentences, and you're like, wow, okay. Like it's like
Yeah.
multiple, and I'm like, that. How does that even? I don't know how that works, but you only have
Yeah,
one
there's
life.
this local rapper that got killed. He was tied to J. Cole, and the guy that killed him got like 25 to life. I mean, he just got out the car and just started shooting him. Guy had no
Yeah,
gun on him or nothing.
yeah.
Over an internet confrontation at that too. That's what's crazy.
That shit's terrible. No, but I agree with you, what you were saying with that, for sure.
Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to do?
I just wanna give a shout out to all my friends, my family, and my sponsors and stuff. I've gotten some sponsors for this team boxing league, which is pretty cool. It helped kind of cover some of my medicals and stuff I had to get. So give out a shout out to all them. I don't have the list with me or whatever, but I post them all on my social media and all that stuff. So just give a shout out to everybody who supports me, and who's always, so supportive through all my stuff. And I appreciate you having me on here again, for sure.
Yep, and you can come back on again anytime you want. Hopefully you get a bare knuckle fight here soon, because that is
Yeah.
really my bread and butter for my
Yes.
interviews, and
I feel like
I
that's
just
my
love
bread
bare
and butter
knuckle.
too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my bread and butter too, honestly. So
Yeah, it's just something about bare knuckle, man. I mean, something about it. I mean, I'm starting to love it more than basketball, which I've been watching forever, and football. And it's just bare knuckle is just becoming really dear to my heart, and it just gives me a feel of like wrestling with the fighters. Like, just y'all got this feel of like when y'all come out, y'all like wrestlers, but y'all actually bare knuckle, and then it's not scripted.
yeah, no, I agree.
I guess it's the production or something, about it that I really
Yeah,
like as well. It
yes,
looks
I
really
agree.
good just watching it.
Yeah, they do an awesome job.
Well, enjoy the rest of your night. I'll make sure I clip up a bunch of clips, and I'm gonna try to catch this. I probably won't catch the live, but I'm gonna try to catch the YouTube after they upload it. Hopefully the day after or something, and check it out and see what it's about.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. And I will see you again soon.
All right, you have a nice night.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye. Up there you have it. Bareknuckle Brooke. She's gonna be fighting Total Boxing League. I was checking out the website. I mean, they got like a bunch of different teams. Matter of fact, let me go to the website real quick. Total Boxing League. So I noticed they had a bunch of teams on here. It looked like they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 teams. Um, you got like the Atlanta Attack, the Boston Butchers. So they actually got like city names too. And she said, so she's doing Nashville. So what is this? Nashville Smash. Okay, that's the okay, I get it. I see how it is. So it's Atlanta Attack 4 season tickets, Boston Butchers season 4 tickets, Nashville Smash season 4 tickets. This is interesting. This is definitely interesting. So I guess they're gonna have all these teams compete. The fighters will fight each other on fight cards. This team versus that team. They'll get points for winning, and then they advance, or I guess they get certain amount of wins because it's a 3 to 4 months. So they get a certain amount of wins, then they advance to this play-in or playoff tournament, I guess, which we don't know how many teams that's going to be. But that's yeah, that's interesting. One round per fighter per fight card. So you can't waste no time. You got to go in there and make sure you win in just that round right there. So you gotta definitely try to capitalize quick, I would say. Try to get a knockout. That's the thing, man. This is gonna this is gonna make people try to knock people out probably quicker too. Because if you only got one round, you don't got no time to waste. 1 3 minutes round. That's it. So I'm gonna definitely check this out. She says she fights not this Friday, but next Friday. One league, 12 teams, zero mercy. Team uh boxing league. All right, that's interesting. There's so much room for a lot of things in combat sports. I think nowadays you got the power slap, and you got a couple bare knuckle organizations. You got BKC and BKB, and I think Game Bread is bare knuckle MMA. I mean, there's a lot of room for a lot of stuff in combat sports, especially if boxing has kind of lost its fizz. UFC is starting to look like I don't know. It's not exciting as it used to be back in the days. I don't think, in my opinion, it just isn't. And there's just too much wrestling going on in MMA for me. Like I want to see just like if you take away the wrestling aspect of UFC, just punches and kicks, and you know that'd be cool to me. But like when I see guys on the ground just wrestling for a hot minute, and that gets boring, man. It gets boring watching people wrestle. Wrestling, I don't care what anybody says. Wrestling itself is like a boring sport. Like I never went and watched no high school wrestling, anything of that nature. Watching wrestling is boring, man. It really is. It's just not enough action for me. All right, we better wrap it up. Shouts out to Bare Knuckle, Brooke Evans. I'm definitely gonna check out this Total Boxing League, see what's going on. Shouts out to everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and much, much more. And don't forget this podcast is sponsored by DizzleBrand.com. Do you dizzle? Well, you can. Go to DizzleBrand.com, order your very own bottle of bottles. Follow on Instagram at TheDizzleBrand.com. All right, we're about to wrap it up. Peace, and I'm out.